Hello and welcome. My name is Anne Green, my business and support coach, and I'm a transformation coach. On behalf of Work Matters at the Library, I'm going to walk you through a framework and the steps behind it if you're considering transforming your career. I know the framework works. I've used it myself, and I've changed my career almost 5 times. I've also supported almost 300 clients to transform their career from something that they've been doing that maybe is not quite what they've enjoyed into something that they really do love doing. Let me share some slides and I'll walk you through this framework and the steps behind it. This is my framework and I love it. The term Ikigai is Japanese for purpose for life, and it's based on the town called Okinawa in Japan. And the research showing that the number of people that are over 100 in this town, many of them still working, and all of them healthy and happy, comes from looking at these 4 steps that says, when I find something that I love, that the world needs, that I can be paid for doing, and I become the expert at it, that becomes my Ikigai, or my purpose for life. So looking at this framework, we walk through, what is your why? What is the why behind what you want to do? Why do you want to change your career? What are the things that you love doing in your spare time when you're not working? What are the things you like reading about? What are the things you like watching on TV or listening to? So all of those are clues into what you love doing if you're not really sure of where you'd like to go. Using this framework, what we'll do is look at how to figure out what you love doing, where there is a need for it, that you can earn enough money, and how to become the expert at it. And this will become your Ikigai, or your purpose for life. So the following are the 6 steps that are the most successful in putting together all of the research that you need to know that you're on the right path. The first step is looking at your options, and that starts with looking inwards. So career assessments are a really good place to start. You can find lots of psychometric tools, some of them free online, or you can work with a coach and work through those, and they'll help you to narrow down what you're good at, what you like doing. When I'm working with my clients, we look at strengths and values, and that's usually the place that we start. So looking at the things that you're really good at and how to make sure that you're working to those strengths. Looking at your values as well. These are something that I consider as it's almost like your moral compass. That when things are going really well, you're at your true north and it feels good inside. Equally, when you're not working to your strengths and not working towards those values, it's almost physical. You can feel it inside you that this isn't the right place for me. I'm not happy here. I'm not comfortable here. So looking inwards is the first place, then starting to look at work preferences. Would you prefer to work indoors or outdoors? In one of my workshops, I worked with a gentleman who had been working in a warehouse for a number of years. And in the middle of the workshop, he stopped and said, you know something? I hate working indoors. So he became one of my clients. And together we worked on a strategy that narrowed down the options for him. And he's now happily working in a garden center. So he gets to work outdoors as well as indoors, and he uses all of his warehousing skills. Next thing is looking at the type of organization you'd like to work in. Is it a large organization? Or is it that small to medium enterprise, so maybe less than 100 people in the organization, where you can be and play a number of different roles across the organization? In a larger organization, you may just have one role and might interact with other departments, but typically your role is fairly static. Do you prefer working as part of a team, or would you prefer working on your own? Those work preferences are really important. Next part is looking at the supports that you need. Friends, family, other professional supports that would help you. Working with a coach, working with a mentor who will give you specific skills. When I'm working with my clients, we look at where are you now, right now, and where would you like to get to? And make that gap narrower by planning the steps in between. Looking at income, looking at the amount of time that you need for this transformation. When I'm working with clients, it takes anything from 3 to 6 months to really transform a career. And some people do it by taking a complete break away from what they're doing, going back and studying something, and then moving towards that career while they're doing their research. Other people might have taken redundancy. Whatever the situation, whatever your options are, look inwards first of all and decide what do you really want to do. The next step is your research, and that is looking at planning your route to where you want to get to. So you started before by narrowing down what you want to do. Now you're looking at how to get there. Putting together an elevator pitch is really helpful. Something that in less than a minute, you can tell somebody who you are, what you're thinking of doing, and what you'd like their help for. I think planning a questionnaire as well. Questions that will give you the most information when you talk to somebody, when you network with other people. So questions like, what do you enjoy about your job? Or why did you choose this career? What skills have you needed? What other skills could be useful? But the important part is networking in with other people, looking at people in similar industries and similar roles towards where you want to go. The more you talk to people, the more information you get, and the more clues you get that say, right, this is where I want to go. Focus is the third step, and this is so important. To have a plan. Plan for each week and spend a set amount of time, whether it's every day or every second day, but decide what amount of time can you plan for this and build that into your structure every week. During this time, plan your goals. What are they? Use that SMART framework that says specifically, this is what I want to do. These are the measures that I know I'm getting there. If I go through these steps, is it achievable? Can I do it? Is it realistic? Do I have the resources that I need to get there? And what is the time frame that I want to allow myself to actually get there? Sit down and research as many of these options as well. So what are the job titles? What are the functions of the roles? What products or services are used or sold? What skills and experience will you need? Look at your personal values and also look at the mission and values of the companies you're thinking of joining. Look at how the teams operate in these companies. Look at where they're based. One of the things that has been really helpful from COVID-19 in this year is that location doesn't really matter anymore. So you can work remotely and still do something that you love. Look at the size of the companies as well. Does this work for you? What type of culture do they have? What's their dress code? What's the way things get done in these companies? So build a checklist for yourself and figure out on this checklist, what else do I need? This is a step where you start to build your own credibility, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. So looking first of all at your knowledge. What knowledge do you have about your particular area that you want to work in? Have you gone to courses? Have you read up about things online? Have you attended online courses? So knowledge is all about training, learning and development. What skills do you have? Skills are what you're able to put into practice. This is something I've learned, and this is how I've used it. And finally, what abilities do you have? Abilities for when you know how to do something, and the more you do it, the better you get. So being able to show those abilities. I always think of the first time I made a cheesecake. If I'm honest with you, the first attempt, it looked more like custard. But each time I made it, it got better and better and better. So it's doing something. The more often you do it, the better you get at it. That's where ability comes from. So looking at the existing skills that you have, transferable skills that you might have if you've been bringing up a family, I always think that that's one of the places you learn so much. Because as a parent, you're a project manager, you're a financial controller, you're an operations manager, you're an educator, you're a coach, you're a mentor, you're a counselor, you're a therapist. So many different things. You could be a taxi driver even. So looking at all of the skills that you have, everything that you've learned through your career, but everything else that is transferable. And then map that gap between what you have and where you need to get to. Look for opportunities that you can try these out as well. So it could be volunteering somewhere. You could look for an internship with a company where you get to work across different parts of the organization. Or you could take an apprenticeship where you get to learn vocationally, you learn on the job, and you get paid while you're doing it as well. All of these add to your credibility. This is where you should be able to start narrowing down your options. With all of the research that you've done up to this point, you should be able to start looking at job openings, getting an idea of what companies are looking for people, getting an idea of what skills are needed, hard and soft skills, hard skills being the ones that you've been taught how to do something, soft skills being the ones that you know inside. So things like how to deal with people, how to manage challenging situations, how to build trust with people, how to build relationships. They're all of your soft skills. So all of this helps to increase your information bank and increase your credibility in terms of knowing that you're on the right track. From this, you should also be able to start pulling together a relevant and appropriate profile and CV. Your profile is just maybe 3 or 4 sentences that says, this is who I am, these are my strengths, and these are the things that I love doing. Looking at social media, I find LinkedIn is a super resource. It'll help you find people who work in the industry that you're thinking of and being able to have a look at their profiles as well. What's the experience they have currently? What other jobs might they have done before they got to this particular job? And maybe networking in with them, seeing if there's an opportunity to have a conversation with them. Find out what brought them to this part of their career and what they love about it. All of this helps in your preparation. By this stage, you're ready to launch yourself. You've done all of that hard work behind you. And to build what I would term as a continuous pipeline, then I would say 60% of your time should be spent networking, talking to other people, getting ideas from other people, learning what are the challenges for them in this career, but what are the really good parts as well. 30% spent researching. What are the things that you need? What are the skills that you still might want? What are the challenges for these businesses so that, again, when you're talking to the business, you're able to say, these are the things that I can bring to your business. These are the things that I can help you to make your business successful. And that last 10% should be spent applying to companies. When you're applying, keep it personal. Tell a story about why you want to work with the company. Tell them why you've chosen to work with their company or why you've chosen their company to apply to. Tell them a reason why you're thinking of changing your career and why it's important to you. So create that story. For anybody that has supported you, follow up and gratitude is a really big part. So being able to just drop people a note to say, thank you, I really, really appreciated your time. And to offer your help as well. If there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. I'd be delighted to help you. So that step of follow-up, gratitude, all of that is so important. So those are my 6 steps. I'm bringing you back again to this framework. I'm going to suggest that, yes, if you want to change your career, you do need to step outside of your comfort zone. And it may seem a little bit scary taking that first step, but I promise you, if you do take it, it's worth it. You'll find so many new ideas. And the more research that you put in, you'll find that more ideas keep coming at you. So set your intention, set your direction, start your plan, and go for it. You'll find that it will be worth it. And the most important part is you'll find your ikigai, your meaning and your purpose in life. So thank you, first of all, to you. It's been lovely working with you. These are my details. And on behalf of Work Matters at the library, don't hesitate to contact me. Let me know how you've got on, if you've started transforming your career already, or if you've already taken those steps. And good luck.